Hi everyone, welcome to Tom's Man Shed. Okay, so for this review, it's another thing I've bought from Lidl's. You know me and Lidl's, can't resist buying stuff there. Usually their own make of stuff, but this time it's this. As you can see, I've already unboxed it. I'm not that strong. This is the empty box, but it's a Vax Carpet shampooer. I'll read the actual model number. It is a W86 Delta Papa Bravo W86 DPB Carpet washer. Reason I bought it is for years we've had a Bissell, you'll be seeing it later, an old Bissell carpet shampooer, and it's just got a fixed brush at the front. So to actually sort of like brush the carpet, you've got to push the vacuum forwards and back like that. Whereas this new one has two revolving brushes at the front. Now, I looked around for various prices. The cheapest I saw this advertised, this exact model, was on Curry's website at £94. And I think there was postage on top of that. I'm not too sure. So it's £9 dearer anyway. I didn't find it anywhere on the net. I found it at a couple of places on Amazon for over £100. But like I say, it was 85 quid in Lidl's. So I fancied a new one. We've had the other one a while, and like I say, I did want something with revolving brushes instead of that fixed brush. Now, it doesn't come with any attachments. There's no spot cleaning tool or anything like that. It's just a basic. It doesn't heat the water. It doesn't pump it out at high pressure or anything like that. I know all of them are available in various makes and various prices, but again, the prices can be getting up to like £300 or whatever. I just wanted a basic shampooer with revolving brushes, and that's what this is. So I've tried it on some carpets, and it works really great. So without any further ado, let's get into the demo. So just before we do the review on the actual Vax shampooer, this is the one I had before. It's a Bissell quick wash. Don't want to go into great detail, but just point out a few differences. This is a much older one. Like I say, we've had this at least 10 years. The bottle for filling the cleaning fluid was this. Not as easy. Well, you can't see through it. So you can only just, when you hold it up to the light, just see the level of water. So not as easy to see when you're about to run out. That was the clean water tank. And the dirty water tank was a bit awkward on this. It's these, if you can see better on this camera, it's these two pieces here. And then that is the dirty water tank. Now, that was an absolute pig. You can see the shape of that. And it got absolutely covered in the usual fluff and muck that you get when you're doing the carpets. And it was a bit of a swine to empty. You just empty it out there. Didn't seem to hold that much. And like I say, it was, as you can see, not the easiest thing to get back in. And because it had all them nooks and crannies, it was a little pig. And you can see there's no revolving brushes. There's that brush bar I showed you earlier, and that just goes in there loose. It just falls down. You push it forward and bring it back. So you've got to do it quite a few sort of times, basically like you would with a scrubbing brush. It doesn't rotate. So that was the old one, and in with the new one. Again, we'll show this in action soon. But again, you've got the same thing as you would have on your normal upright vac. Quick release thing goes down there to hold the cable. I haven't measured the cable yet, but I will do, and I'll put it in text down below here. Now, you've just got this trigger at the top, and you pull that to release the cleaning fluid. It just dribbles out with gravity, so they recommend you pull that as you push it forward, and then you release it as you pull it back, and when you're pulling it back, it's sucking all the stuff, dirty water up. You could do it a couple of times. If you've got a particularly stubborn thing, I would release a bit of water, get it sort of like churned in a bit around the area, and then leave it for a few minutes and let it soak in and do its stuff. And then with that released, just backwards and forwards, sucking the stuff out. To release the dirty water tank, the clean water tank, sorry, the clean water tank is the one on top. So you just push the orange clip down. So stick your hands in, I'll be able to see better. Stick your hands in that lip there, push down with your thumb, and it just pulls forward. And you've got a fill line there. I think it takes about 1.7 litres. Again, I'll put the capacity under in the text underneath. But it certainly holds more, I think, than the other one. It seems to anyway. And you just take that top off there, screws off, to pour the stuff in. The stuff you get with it, you do get a little bottle of green cleaning fluid. I forgot to bring that in, but it's just a small bottle. I'll show you that later. And they reckon a cap full of that per litre, so 40 millilitres of fluid per litre. But all the instructions, whatever fluid you use, will be on the bottle. So you put that in, mix it. They recommend that you put that in sort of last, and just don't gush the water in, because you don't want it getting too frothy. And just to try and keep the suds down. And then as you put it back, you put it in first, right at the front there, and it just clicks. Now, the bottom tank is the dirty water tank, and it does get dirty, absolutely filthy. It's embarrassing to see. You think your carpet's clean, and it's not. Now, this version, a lot of the one in the instructions, it says you just pull it out the same, like that. So that's your dirty water tank. In the instruction manual that came with this, it says there is a screw cap, the same as the freshwater tank, but it isn't. It's held on with these two clips. So you remove them two clips. Again, I'll show you this in action. I'll show you pouring the dirty water out, and then you just take the top off. The top has got, as you see, a float in it. Now you can see that any better in that camera there. It's got a float like you'd have in the top of your toilet. So when this is getting full, that float goes up and it blocks. Again, I'll show you these in close up later when we're emptying it. It blocks that little outlet and filters. It's sort of filtered slightly because it's got slots to catch any fluff. And you will notice the difference in tone when it's tipped back and it's getting full. It really starts screaming, and you notice the motor is sort of like a really horrible screaming noise. So you know this tank is then full. You'll get through about 2 or 3 of the fresh water, of the cleaning fluid tanks, before this needs emptying. It's amazing how much water must stay in the carpet, because after a full tank of this, it's only sort of put about that much in, and yet the carpet feels pretty dry to the touch after. So when you put the lid back, like I said, that seems to be the only difference on the pictures you see of this model. There's lots of different letters after it, P's and E's and things like that. But basically that's the only difference. So it really makes no odds. You've got to take 2 off instead of taking a cap off. But the whole top comes off and it's easier to pour out that way. And again, when you're putting it back, all you do, first of all, you get it the right way around, put it back in, and just click, and that is it. So as I said, them tanks, they just clip in. The only control you've got up here is the fluid release trigger, and like I said, it just comes out with gravity. It's not pumped out or anything like that. It's not pumped at high pressure. Some shampooers, I realise, do that. Some are heated, and this just like dribbles out, but it seems to do the job. Now, you've two buttons on the bottom. The one is you press for the handle release. Doesn't just pull back. If you just pull it back, as you see, the front will go up with it. So you need to do that, and it'll lie pretty flat. It's about as flat as it'll go. And the one on the right hand side is the power trigger. So that's that. And yeah, because of them rotating brushes, should be able to see them there. It's much more effective than the just the fixed brush on the other. Now this panel here comes off, so you'll see it better on the other camera. You just take these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 screws. Take them out, and that whole side, including the wheel, comes off. And you can get at the belt under there then, round the motor and round these brushes. Now, I did read online that a couple of people had problems with the tensioning pulley for the belt burning out, melting through the plastic, and smoke coming and burning out. It was obviously a previous design, because the ones I showed that on a spring mechanism, and that sprung itself for tension against the belt to tension it. Well, this is different. So this is that side panel containing the wheel removed. You'll see the 6 screws there. There's actually 7 hold it on. One of them's still in the piece. It's one of them quite deep ones. But you'll see the white wheel there is the tensioning wheel that goes against the belt. You can see it a bit better from that vertical angle. That white plastic bit of belt goes in there, and it just pushes down against the belt, giving it tension. There's no spring or anything. It's just a preset tension due to the plastic being screwed down that panel. That's a close-up of it. You will see what looks like a ball bearing in there. I can't be sure, but it does feel very smooth to turn, and there's absolutely no play in it. So hopefully any overheating problems, the old one with the mechanism that was on the spring did overheat and melt and cause smoke. So they've obviously altered the design. And that's just showing the belt round the motor and the 2 brushes at the front. They just clip out of them fittings at the top there, enabling you to put a new belt on should you ever need one, or get any trapped hairs out of there. But so far I've hoovered. I've washed 1, 2, 3, 4 carpets with it in the house, and it hasn't given a problem yet, but like I say, time will tell if that is. But I've not heard of any subsequent problems, and that the design is different to that previous one, so hopefully that's sorted it out. And that's it. There's no mechanism that stops the brushes rotating as you pull it back or anything like that. You've just got they're just always rotating. You can't stop them rotating. It's they're going all the time. So again, that's about it. It's not a lot to explain. There's no attachments on this model. There are some which I have seen online that have a removable lid thing there, and you can attach a small turbo thing like that. That's for a vacuum. That's another review. So there's no spot cleaner that you can just do the stairs with or anything like that. It is just comes as that. Obvious, you'd have to pay a lot more money for one of them. But all I wanted it for was to clean the main carpets and something with a rotating brush, which it has got 2 of. And it's certainly a much more effective than old faithful here. So yeah, it seems to work well. Let's just see it in action on the one carpet in the house that I haven't cleaned yet. Okay, so I'm about to clean the man shed carpet. It's 2 years actually to the week since I started building it. It hasn't been shampooed since. So this is what I use for that. Now, yeah, it's just normal domestic bleach. Do not, repeat, do not use this at home if your carpets are not carpets that you clean with bleach. When we first got the lounge carpet, over 10 years ago, we couldn't believe it. The carpet shop said it's one that you clean with bleach, just a normal solution of domestic bleach. You don't use carpet shampoo at all on it, but you have got to make sure your carpets are that type. So normally you would use the fluid that comes with it, or any carpet shampoo fluid, but for the carpet I'm going to show you, this is actually what you use, just normal domestic bleach. So first of all, now they recommend 2 caps of shampoo to fill it and then top it up with water. I'm only going to use 1.5 caps of bleach because it's not it's nearly 2 now, it doesn't matter because it's not a huge carpet. So you pour your shampoo in the bottom. Obviously instructions will be on the bottle, and then just top it up with half up with water. Just use cold water or hot water out the tap. It's fine if you've got any hot water in the tap, that'll be fine. If not, semi-fill it with cold water and then top the rest up with boiling water from a kettle. They say don't use boiling water on its own in there. A maximum temperature of 40 degrees C for the water, so just sort of like a warm one, and then sort of feel it with your hands. That's about right. Screw the top back on, and as you can see, there is a maximum clean water tank level there. Okay, so let's go and clean the carpet. We're in the man shed now. First time this carpet has been cleaned. It hasn't had much. Obviously, it's just got traffic where you walk, but it's not too bad. But you'll be amazed how much muck comes out of it. Forgot to tell you on the intro as well. Up here, not sure if you can see that. There's a clip that you can put the wire in, so it doesn't trail on the floor. So basically, what you do is, we've got the water tank in, got the wastewater tank in. You pull the trigger, as I said, as you push forward, and release it and pull back, and let it suck it out. So I'm pushing forward now on the trigger, and you can probably see the fluid on the carpet. And then as I pull back, I'll turn around in a minute and show you the opposite way. As I pull back, it sucks the fluid up. So again, going forward that way. So like you try and half overlap each time. And then pull back. Right, that's my portable light going on and off for some reason. It's going dud. Just reduce the output. I hope it lasts till the end of this video. I've just tried to put as much light as I can in the room. So I'll show you it coming towards the camera. So, pull the trigger as you push forward. And then slowly pull back as it's sucking out. Right, I'll carry on and I'll do the whole room now, and then I'll show you how dirty the water is. Okay, so it's I've just this second finished cleaning, and you can visibly see, well, it's hard on film, but I can visibly see it's much cleaner at the doorway now. And it's pretty dry. I don't know if you can see my hand, but there's no, you know, it's slight bit of damp. There's very, very little. And the dirty fluid it's collected, you can see, is there. Absolutely filthy. It's amazing how much muck comes out. So just take them two off there, take that out, wash that thoroughly under the tap in a bit, and you can see I'll just pour it into this clean glass. You can see, held up to the light, how dirty that is. So you can see all the yuck in the bottom, grit and all sorts. So just wash it out. I don't have to demo how to wash things out, but a lot easier than the our former one, that Bissell one. So that's cleans up as easy as that. And again, you can see the float, and that float goes up and touches this sort of slatted filter to catch the big bits. Just clean all that out. It's pretty clean now. So you can see it does end up in quite a mess afterwards. So it's always worth cleaning it out. You can see all the how all the grit. This was clean before I started. Just that one room. You can see all the yuck, how it accumulates. So all I do is I just clean it with a hose pipe. Obviously trying best not to get in any of the electrical components, but okay, so basically just squirt it all out around the brushes. If you go up this slot as well, this is the slot it sucks all the muck up out of. So if we just squirt up there, you can see if you squirt right up there, you should see it shoving all the yuck out the top there. That looks pretty clean now. And then you can see here all the yuck bits of fluff and carpet that come out. So basically after every use I just do this thoroughly. clean it out. There's still some more of that. That looks pretty clean now. Some long hairs there. Oh no, there's a big ball there. Anyway, just basic maintenance so it's nice and clean for the next time you use it. So there you have it. It seems to work fine. It does its job, and like I say, it's way better than the fixed brush of that Bissell. I've since I started shampooing my first carpets, I realised how terrible my vacuum was, our standard upright Panasonic vacuum, and I've gone and bought a new Vax vacuum as well. There'll be a review on that coming very shortly, so keep your eyes open for that. But unless you vacuum your carpets really thoroughly, you do get loads of sort of like trails of fluff forming on the carpet. Once I'd used the really good vacuum, my new vacuum on the carpet, the subsequent carpets, I got hardly any traces of that. So make sure you absolutely thoroughly vacuum your carpets before using the shampooer. And as I showed you in the demo, only use bleach if it is a proper carpet that you clean with bleach. So don't come running to me if your beautiful coloured carpet gets all colour removed by the bleach. I haven't said use bleach, only on bleachable carpets, which mine are. Other than that, use just standard carpet shampooer. So yeah, well worth the 85 quid. Everything seems to work fine. It's done all the carpets in the house once now. Can't see much to go wrong really. Reliability, as always, only time will tell. But would I recommend one? Yeah, at 85 quid, I definitely would. So, like I say, if you like this review, please give it a thumbs up and please feel free to subscribe. Loads more reviews coming your way. The next one, like I say, will be on a Vax lift-off vacuum cleaner. Hope to see you for that one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.